Hi everyone, it's Emmylou. I'm going to teach you today how to use music, how to kind of listen to music but at the same time use the music to help you paint. So I've made myself, and anyone can do this, just like a little palette. Just fold a piece of paper in half. You can make the sides around it, which is quite basic, or just get a plate. But I like to just use paper because instead of cleaning the plate afterwards, I can just recycle it. So yeah, you need some acrylic paint and you need a pencil. And do you know what I did earlier? I couldn't believe it. I had black paint and I literally dropped it all over my desk. Like, it's absolutely everywhere. And black acrylic paint is not easy to get out of anything. So whatever you do, just make sure when you pour your paint, you pour it really carefully. So what I'm going to do is, the music I've got on is really, for me, I really enjoy my music. So I would end up sort of drawing to the music. So you kind of just feel the music. And I'm going to do her horizon line. Because horizon lines, generally, you're going to have the sky and you're going to have the sea, I suppose I'm going to do, or maybe like some land. So I'm just, wherever you want your horizon line to be. So I'm going to have mine quite low. So when you're planning it out, you don't necessarily use music to help you, but when you're going to be painting, it's going to be a slightly different matter. So let's go. And my pen's running out, so it's all going really well today, isn't it? I'll try and use this. Hopefully this will work. So think about like where you want your sunset. So is it somewhere tropical? And for me, I'd like it somewhere tropical. So I'm going to do like a really basic tree. So think about line going up, and then just think about the outline of a tree, a palm tree. So this looks like, it always reminds me of a hand, sort of like that. Black paint from. So what you could do then is just, it's a bit like waves. If you can't do that, you could do triangles, like pointy triangles as you do it. Some people just do this, which is fine, but it might not look like a tree when you colour it in. So I'm just going to quickly do it just so you can see. So at the moment the music's quite fast, but when it's slower, it's a bit easier to sort of chill out to. Okay, so you won't have to worry about any of that because it's going to be silhouetted. Silhouetted just means you're going to have an outline, but you're not going to put detail. So there's my tree, and then I'm going to have maybe some rocks there. So I'm going to do a couple of rocks. For me, a sunset's really relaxing to see. Like, I love looking at a sunset. It really relaxes me. I might even do a little boat in the distance. When you draw a boat, just don't worry about the bottom of the boat because you won't see it because it's in the water. So what I've done is a line, two little lines, and then I've done a line across because that's where the water is. I'm just going to do this, just one line up. Then I'm going to do a tiny little boat, and then, okay, so that's a boat in the distance, quite a small boat, isn't it? So after we've done that, I want you to sort of plan out where you want your sun. So my sun's going to be kind of roughly there. Doesn't matter where it is, but wherever your sun is, just go down, and this is where the reflection of the sun's going to be. So it's always, can you see that? Like, I've done that the lightest ever. I don't want to do it too dark though because I want to paint over it. Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay, cool. Right, now we're going to get, oh no, I just dropped my paint. I just dropped my, okay, whatever you do, don't be as messy as me because I am just the messiest right now. Okay, so you want a big brush. So big brush, a bit of water, nice clean water. Not like mine. So brush, I've got a really chunky one, but you can have a quite small one if you like. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start off with the lightest colour first. So yellow for me. So the lightest colour is going to be the sunshine. So we're going to colour that in. And now, I don't know if you can hear the music. It's really subtle, but it's just really soothing, and it helps me paint when I do it. Obviously you're painting to my guidance, so it might be slightly different for you, but you want to just do some white yellow bits coming out. I love piano as well, so. Okay. So some lines down there. You're sort of moving along and you're being a bit free. You don't want to worry, because it's so easy to worry that you're getting it wrong. Now I'm going to dip my brush in red. Now, I haven't rinsed out because there's yellow on my brush and there's red on my brush, which is making it orange. So I just dip it in the red, dip it in the yellow, and I'm literally, doesn't matter if different colours come out, it looks really nice. I'm dipping it in the yellow. So there's red on my brush, you're going to have a lot of red. And then you're just going to go across. I mean, it's a lot to do, so it's going to take a bit of time. But you've got to just dip it in the red, keep dipping it in the red and keep dipping it in the yellow. It gets darker as you go up. So there's my yellow. You won't see the sun as just that because we're going to go over it soon. I think I've covered my entire body in black paint, which is always nice. Okay, I'm just going to quickly do it, but what I'm doing is I'm kind of helping, like the music's kind of helping me. Like obviously if I wasn't filming this, I'd be going, because it kind of makes me feel more confident and it makes me in tune with my paintings. It makes me create a painting that I love. It stops me from worrying about it, so it's a bit more freer. So once you've done that, obviously you can do the whole sky. So once you've done that, that'll be awesome. But then get a bit of red if you can, because you want to go around the sun a bit more. I don't know if you can see the way I'm doing it. It's quite fast, but I get quite involved in it, which is really fun. Then you want to go right at the bottom. I'm going to get a bit of blue. I'm going to turn the music down because I kind of wanted to show you how you can get involved in music and how you can use music to help you when you paint. You probably do anyway, especially with like classical relaxing music. So next time you do a picture, maybe put some music on, because it's just really helpful to get you relaxed. So I'm going to do a little bit of blue on my brush with red, and it turns into a strange kind of almost purpley, because obviously red and blue is purple, but you want mostly red with a tiny bit of blue because you're making it darker. So it's getting darker. I need some water. Okay, and you're blending, like you're constantly blending. Blending is water on brush, blend. Blending's mixing, basically. Mix it all up. And then you can go over bits until you get to the top. The top's going to be the same as here. It's going to be blue. I'm just going to get some more red. Let's hope that red doesn't go everywhere. Okay, red, bit of blue. I kind of just take them from the palette, but you can mix them up. But I quite like making my own colours as I go along. It's just fun. Love that music. Blue is an awesome colour because it makes a purpley colour that's quite dark on the top, and it just, it's just great. And keep adding water because the water makes it spread. Right, I'm not going to do the whole thing because otherwise it will take me a good, quite a few, well, just a long time. Okay, so now you're going to dip your brush in. Just trying to find what colour I need. Dip your brush, I'd say, in the red. So you're going to go around the boot. You can make an orangey red, you can make a purpley red. And where you've got this, you're just going to go around it. But you've got to keep it wet, don't let it dry out. This is quite advanced, I mean, doesn't matter if it's tricky, just practice, because it's quite nice to push yourself, isn't it? Okay, once that's still, because it's getting a bit dry, isn't it? Once that's still wet, I'm going to dip it in the yellow, and I'm going to go, I'm literally just going around and blending it in. Yours would probably be more wet. It'll be more wet around the edges when you do it. My paper absorbs it very much so. So I'm just doing yellow over the top. And if I'm honest, the yellow looks pretty minimal, doesn't it? Doesn't look like there's much yellow there. So you're going to put it on, and don't be scared to put a lot on if you can. Right, once you've done that, all of this can be like reds and yellows. It's all a sunset. You can create whatever sunset you like. It doesn't have to be these colours, but you could do like a bit of green instead of blue. Looks quite nice. Just a colourful picture that makes you feel good. It's really nice. Okay, so I'm going to mix this in because you want to blend. It's called blend. Right, everything else is black, which is wicked because I've got a lot of black because it's all over my table. So I don't have to touch my palette. I've got it on my table. So you want to, when you paint, outline it first with the paintbrush if you can. Because then it means when you do that, you can just listen to music and just get quite enthusiastic. That's going to go all the way down. I'm not going to finish it. The boat, you just take a bit of care. And then a little line. And then the tree. Now, obviously, you'd have coloured all this in. And you're going to do the tree. Tree is really lovely to do. Like, you'll just go around the edges. And then colour it all in. You can use small brushes if you want to. And then I always go inside, and then this will look so cool if you painted it all the background first, because you can use this brush, and if you've got a different brush that's fine, but this brush I like because you can do that and it looks like a tree. It's really nice. Looks like a palm tree. So once you finish that, the whole thing will be done. I mean, I could do it now to use up the black. So if I wasn't videoing, I'd have the music up and I'd be like... And it's a really good way of relieving stress, like if you're a bit stressed at school or work or whatever you're doing. Right, we're going to colour that all in. Okay, so I feel like I want to go on holiday now. Okay, right, then once you've done that, white is an amazing colour because, it's not really a colour, white is really cool because it makes everything stand out. So we're going to clean your brush and get like the best white ever, as in make sure it's clean. Then the sunshine. So you won't have a black line around your sun, hopefully, but it's going to be white because that is, you know, the hottest part of the sun, as in it's got to be really like shiny, I suppose the word is. Right, the white makes everything look like it's glowing. So you could then put white a bit on the rocks, you could put some on the trees, put some in the water even. Just da-da-da. That is cool as it is, but we could incorporate, so add a little bit of yellow. Don't rinse out your brush, it's fine. This might be slightly tricky for you, but why not give it a go? You know, it's sometimes when we make mistakes, especially with art, if I make mistakes, something else comes out of it that I love, so don't worry. And then I'm going to get my brush and I'm going to dry it. And then I'm just going to smudge. Like, you can maybe do this with your parents, like the picture, or you could do it with yourself or whatever. But you want to just create something that looks cool to you. Doesn't matter about what others think. But then I'm going to get a bit of blue, and I'm going to put a little bit of blue like waves. So that's pretty much my picture. I love the effect. Obviously I haven't finished it, it would be all done. I love the effect, like if you look at it and you think, ooh, I absolutely love birds, then add a couple of birds, which I normally do them in not clusters, but flocks. So you just do very subtle, so not very massively bees, they're just birds all in a group. And don't worry if this video's been quite difficult. If you're small, it's fine. Just give it a go, even if it's just a bit of the sky and put on some music and have a bit of fun with it. Art's all about having fun as well. Like, make sure you have fun. Because I've had fun dropping all the paint on my table by accident. Okay, everyone, happy painting. Let me know what you want me to draw. I may draw an owl soon, because I really like owls, and everyone wants me to draw owls normally, so like in schools when I teach. So I'm going to do an owl, and hopefully your sunset's going to turn out how you want it to. And he said owl, you want it to. Okay, I'm going to go now. Enjoy your day, and I'll speak to you soon. Mwah!